Welcome to Lesson 5, the application process. Now, a lot of people look at the application as kind of like, oh, I can't believe I have to fill out all this stuff and I have to send it to all these institutions and yada, yada, yada. But I'd encourage you to, again, change your mindset, to look at the application process as the exciting part, where you get to honestly put down everything that you can on a piece of paper. Not just your grades, but also your extracurriculars, your volunteers, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, what you want to do with this world. Why medicine? This is your opportunity to shine. And I think if you approach your application with the passion of representing who you are, honestly, to the medical schools, that's going to be a really great thing. Some of you, if you do this, are not going to be accepted to medical school. And that's actually a very good thing. Because the medical schools, they know what they're looking for. I mean, they have literally hundreds of years of refining this process to find the people who would make the good doctors. So if they look at your application and everything that you are, and they say, I don't think you're suited for medicine, that opens you up to find what you are suited for so that you can have vocational fulfillment. On the other hand, if they look at your application and they say, this is the type of person who we want in our school because this is the type of person who will be a fantastic doctor, then it gives you that little extra boost of confidence of, this is where I'm supposed to be. Please do not have the goal of getting into medical schools override the need for you to represent yourself honestly and accurately. All of us are working on things our whole lives, and we should. I'm working on things. I gave myself a list of things this morning that I need to do better on today, and that's awesome. That's growth. Please do not become the perfect candidate for medical school unless it is synonymous with who you are as a person. If it is, go for it. Learn new things, do new things, explore new things. But if you're trying to shove a round peg into a square hole, it is not going to work. And eventually you're going to wake up either a year or 15 or 20 years from now, just one of the statistics in medicine of 50% burnout and job dissatisfaction and all of those things. So this is your chance to take one more gut level check. Are you ready for this profession? Or, even though you might have had this in your sights for years, is it time to redirect your focus and figure out what's going to work best for you? All right, so let's get started. The application process. If you've seen one medical school, well, you've seen one medical school, meaning all medical schools are unique. They vary in mission, location, size, and teaching style. Apply to lots of medical schools. 16 is average, and expect lots of rejections, 75% or more. It's a good idea to apply only to schools you would seriously consider attending. Your primary applications, also known as primaries, are the centralized application systems that will send your demographic information, transcripts, MCAT scores, letters of recommendations, expanded resume, and personal statement to individual medical schools. And there are three main primary applications. The American Medical College Application Service, or AMCAS, for MDs, the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine, or ACOM, for DOs, the Texas Medical and Dental Schools Application Service. The application cycle opens in May and closes the following April, usually. Make sure that your personal statements highlights why you want to be a doctor and the qualities that will make you an asset to the medical community. Gather your recommendations early, January of your application year, and get writers who can be personal, if possible. Get a research recommendation and a letter from someone who's seen you do clinical work. Find a way to ask one of your mentors or advisors to reach out to the admissions committee on your behalf. There is a culture of, I can vouch for this person, that goes very far in the medical world. Shortly, after your primary applications, you will receive a secondary application, also known as a supplemental application, from schools you apply to. Most secondary applications comprise numerous school-specific essay prompts with varying character or word limits. The 3 most common prompts are those generally pertaining to diversity, a challenge you've experienced, and why you want to attend the specific school. You should submit your secondary applications within 2 weeks of receiving them. All right, this is the nuts and bolts of it. But please, spell check your stuff. Please, do your reasons why you want to go and think about them thoughtfully, not from your perspective, from the perspective of the person reading it. What are they looking for? Now, do not make up stuff because you will eventually get caught. So do not start by making up things, but figure out from the other person's perspective why they would want to have you come to their school. Because remember, good, bad, or indifferent, you will represent that school for forever. Your application process is going to weed out your classmates or you, depending on how you approach it. If you approach it diligently, if you approach it with sincerity, if you spend a ton of time figuring out your personal statement, sending it to multiple different people, you're going to craft something that's true to you, but also reaches them. I can't tell you, I had a residency program here years ago, and it was a dermatology residency program. And for those of you who don't know, dermatology is super competitive. So you get tons of applicants for every position. I'll tell you, the very first thing I did is I looked at it to see if it was complete. Things that were turned in late, those went in the trash. Is it complete? Did they spell check it? Do they have full sentences? You'd be amazed at how many I can just throw in the trash. Now, these are doctors, right? These are people who've already made the cut of medical school, graduated, and now most of them are in the top of their class, at least academically. And I bet I could throw out half the applications just based off of they didn't do spell check, it wasn't complete, it was turned in late. Easy. Thank you for making my job easy. I really appreciate that. Now I only have half of the applications to go through. I'd say about half of the rest of them I could just get rid of because they're personal statements you could tell they wrote in half an hour and submitted it. And they think they're the best thing since sliced bread. What is a challenge that you've had in your life? Oh, I care too much. Get out of my program. Are you serious? If you can't be honest with me about what your challenges are and what you're struggling with in a professional manner, then I don't want to be around you for 3 years. And I promise you, the medical schools look at it the same way. If they don't have a human in front of them that is honest and professional throughout the whole process, is that the student they want to deal with? Your application process is the first chopping block. Are you going to be a professional? Are you going to be somebody who thinks about more than just yourself? Are you someone that your school wants their name associated with? You have the opportunity. Time and effort, honesty, discipline, those are the qualities that a school is looking for. This is your opportunity to give it to them.